Keep walking, everyone. The night is just getting started.
The energy here is amazing.
Yes.
Best night ever.
What if I told you that in Dubai, you could walk into a gold ATM, buy exotic animals, or even drink in public, completely legally? Sounds crazy, right? But these same actions could land you in jail in America. Stay tuned as we reveal the 15 jaw-dropping things you can legally do in Dubai, but are totally illegal in the US. Welcome to our channel, your one-stop destination for exploring the most fascinating, shocking, and sometimes unbelievable facts from around the world. Today, we're diving into a topic that will blow your mind. 15 things that are completely legal in Dubai, but could get you arrested in America. Buckle up, because this isn't your typical travel guide. It's a deep dive into cultural contrasts and legal loopholes you never knew existed. And before we jump in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our future mind-bending videos. Buying gold from ATMs. In Dubai, gold ATMs are more than just a novelty. They symbolize the city's opulence and its deep connection to gold trading. Imagine walking into the lobby of a luxurious hotel, spotting a sleek golden machine, and choosing between a gold coin, a bar, or even a custom-engraved piece. The screen displays real-time gold prices, ensuring you're paying the current market rate. This isn't just a gimmick. The machines are restocked regularly, and the gold is certified, making them a convenient option for both tourists and residents. By contrast, in the United States, buying gold involves a completely different experience. Transactions are tightly regulated to prevent money laundering and fraud. You'll need to visit authorized dealers, complete documentation, and in some cases even register your purchase with federal authorities. Gold vending machines would be seen as a compliance nightmare, requiring extensive oversight. Would you trust a machine to dispense your gold investment? In Dubai, it's all about trust in luxury. Drinking alcohol in public with a license. In Dubai, while alcohol is regulated, it's not as restrictive as many might assume. Tourists can easily apply for temporary licenses upon arrival, and residents can obtain permits through their employers or local authorities. Licensed venues like hotel bars, upscale restaurants, and beach clubs serve alcohol openly, creating a relaxed atmosphere for socializing. Drinking in public spaces like the beach is also acceptable in certain areas, as long as you stay within designated zones and follow local guidelines. The US, however, takes a stricter stance with its open container laws. Each state enforces its own regulations, but the general rule is clear: no open alcohol in public. Even in liberal cities like San Francisco, exceptions are rare, and violators risk fines or even brief detention. This difference reflects not just legal frameworks, but also cultural attitudes toward public drinking. How does Dubai balance tradition and modernity when it comes to alcohol? You might be surprised. Owning exotic animals as pets. Imagine driving through Dubai and spotting a Lamborghini parked beside a mansion with a tiger lounging by the pool. While recent laws have tightened restrictions, owning exotic animals like cheetahs, lions, or falcons remains a status symbol for Dubai's ultra-rich. Falconry, in particular, holds deep cultural significance, with some families spending fortunes on breeding and training these majestic birds. In America, exotic animal ownership is highly restricted due to concerns about safety and conservation. The Endangered Species Act and various state laws prohibit private ownership of many species. Sanctuaries and zoos are the only legal environments for such animals, and even then, strict licensing is required. The stark contrast lies in the cultural and legal priorities. Dubai celebrates these animals as part of its heritage, while the US prioritizes protection and safety. Ever wondered how falcons in Dubai fly first class? We'll uncover this luxury lifestyle soon. Public displays of wealth. Dubai is a city where excess isn't just accepted, it's celebrated. From gold-plated Ferraris cruising down Sheikh Zayed Road to private yacht parties with A-list performers, the wealth on display is jaw-dropping. Malls like the Dubai Mall and Mall of the Emirates feature VIP lounges where affluent shoppers can sip champagne while their luxury purchases are gift-wrapped. Social media influencers often capture these moments, sharing glimpses of opulence that are admired, not criticized. In the United States, public displays of extreme wealth can attract backlash. Whether it's accusations of tone deafness during economic downturns or concerns about personal security, flaunting wealth openly isn't as socially acceptable. This contrast speaks volumes about the differing cultural perceptions of affluence and success. How do Dubai's luxury car parades redefine the meaning of extravagance? Stay tuned. Gender-specific transportation. Women-only taxis and metro carriages are an integral part of Dubai's public transport system. Recognizable by their pink roofs or designated pink sections, these services offer women a safe and comfortable option for commuting. Female drivers often operate these taxis, creating a sense of trust and familiarity. During peak hours, these options are particularly valued by women traveling alone or with children. In the US, such gender-specific services would likely face legal challenges. Anti-discrimination laws ensure equal access to all services, regardless of gender. While this promotes inclusivity, it also means fewer tailored options for specific groups. Dubai's approach highlights its prioritization of cultural norms and safety, offering a unique perspective on gender roles in public spaces. But what about cultural traditions that challenge these norms entirely? Let's move on to something even more unexpected. Polygamy. In Dubai, polygamy is not a common practice, but it remains legally permissible under Sharia law. A man may marry up to 4 wives, provided he treats each equally in terms of time, financial support, and emotional care. This includes maintaining separate living spaces for each wife and ensuring equal treatment in all aspects of life, from inheritance to shared assets. While the practice is rooted in Islamic tradition, it's worth noting that modern legal frameworks in Dubai require detailed documentation and oversight to ensure fairness. In the United States, polygamy is strictly prohibited and is considered a felony under bigamy laws. Any marriage beyond the first is deemed invalid. Popular media often portrays polygamous communities in a controversial light, highlighting the legal and ethical conflicts surrounding the practice. The stark legal and cultural differences between Dubai and the US underscore how religion and tradition shape societal norms. Could you imagine the complexities of maintaining harmony in a polygamous household? Dubai's system ensures it's far from easy. Wearing traditional weapons in public. In Dubai, wearing traditional weapons like khanjars is more than just a fashion statement. It's a symbol of heritage and pride. These curved daggers are often part of traditional Emirati attire, particularly during weddings, national celebrations, or cultural events. The khanjar signifies bravery, honor, and the history of the UAE's Bedouin ancestors. However, these weapons are ceremonial and not intended for actual combat. Local laws regulate their use, ensuring they remain symbols of tradition rather than tools of violence. In the US, carrying a weapon like a dagger openly in public is usually restricted, with laws varying by state. Many states prohibit the open display of weapons in public spaces unless they are part of reenactments or cultural festivals. Security concerns often overshadow the cultural significance of such items, making their open display a rare sight. How does a ceremonial dagger become a proud cultural emblem? Dubai's traditions hold the answer. Social media flexing. Dubai's skyline, luxury cars, and five-star resorts make it a playground for influencers, many of whom showcase their opulent lifestyles on platforms like Instagram and TikTok. The city's relaxed advertising regulations allow influencers to blend personal content with paid promotions seamlessly. From private yacht parties to designer shopping sprees, the line between genuine luxury and sponsorship is often blurred. Local brands and businesses readily collaborate with influencers, leveraging Dubai's glamorous image. In the United States, the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, enforces strict rules for influencers, requiring clear disclosures of paid promotions. Terms like hack ad or sponsored must be used to ensure transparency. This creates a stark difference in how influencers in the two regions operate. While Dubai embraces the spectacle, America prioritizes consumer protection and transparency. Is Dubai's influencer scene authentic, or is it all for the gram? The truth might surprise you. Strict punishments for certain crimes. Dubai's legal system operates on a mix of Sharia law and civil law, resulting in a unique balance of leniency and strictness. While some offenses like unpaid debts might be resolved amicably, others, especially drug-related crimes, face zero tolerance. Possession of even the smallest trace of illegal substances can lead to severe penalties, including long prison sentences, hefty fines, or deportation. By comparison, the United States has a more tiered approach to drug crimes, with penalties varying based on the type and quantity of the substance. While the U.S. legal system is stringent, it also offers rehabilitation programs and plea deals as alternatives to incarceration. This difference reflects the contrasting priorities of the two nations, with Dubai focusing on deterrence and America leaning toward reform. But not all legal systems are this rigid. Let's take a leap into a more liberating experience. Skydiving without much red tape. Imagine soaring above Dubai's iconic Palm Jumeirah or the golden dunes of the desert with minimal hassle. Skydiving in Dubai is a streamlined experience. After a quick briefing session and some basic training, participants are ready to take the plunge. Licensed operators like Skydive Dubai ensure safety without bogging down the process with extensive red tape. The thrill of free-falling over one of the world's most stunning landscapes is a major draw for adventure seekers. In the United States, skydiving is regulated by the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, requiring participants to complete more rigorous training, especially for solo dives. While tandem jumps are more accessible, operators still adhere to strict protocols, including medical checks and extensive safety measures. The contrast highlights how Dubai's focus on luxury and efficiency extends even to extreme sports. Would you trade a bit of safety regulation for a once-in-a-lifetime view? In Dubai, adventure comes fast and fabulous. Unlimited duty-free shopping. Dubai International Airport is a mecca for duty-free shopping enthusiasts. Here, travelers can indulge in high-end shopping sprees without worrying about limits on the value of goods they take home. From designer watches to rare spirits and luxury perfumes, Dubai's duty-free offerings are vast and unrestricted. This flexibility attracts tourists and business travelers who want to splurge on tax-free items before leaving the city. In the United States, duty-free shopping comes with a cap. Travelers returning to the U.S. can only bring back goods worth up to $800 without incurring customs duties. Anything above this limit is subject to taxes and possible scrutiny. This policy reflects the differing approaches to consumer freedom and government revenue in the two regions. Could unlimited shopping change your travel habits? Dubai's airports might just tempt you to find out. Working on a visit visa. Dubai's dynamic labor market accommodates freelancers and short-term workers, even those on visit visas. While not formally legal for full-time employment, many companies offer project-based roles or freelance gigs to visitors. This practice is particularly common in creative industries like media, design, and events. However, it's a gray area, and workers must ensure they comply with local laws to avoid fines or deportation. In the United States, working without a valid work visa is strictly illegal. The Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, enforces stringent measures against unauthorized employment. Employers and workers alike face heavy penalties if caught violating visa conditions. This contrast highlights Dubai's adaptability and America's firm stance on regulated employment. But while Dubai embraces flexibility, other aspects of life there are all about indulgence. Renting supercars on a whim. Driving a luxury car like a Lamborghini or Rolls-Royce is a dream for many, and in Dubai, it's an accessible reality. Renting these high-end vehicles is as simple as presenting a valid driver's license, passport, and a credit card. Daily rental prices vary but are often surprisingly affordable compared to outright ownership costs. These cars are a common sight on Dubai's roads, blending seamlessly into the city's luxurious lifestyle. In the US, renting supercars involves more stringent procedures. Beyond basic documentation, renters often need to provide proof of insurance and pay hefty deposits. Some companies even require driving history checks or impose minimum age requirements. While the experience is thrilling, the process in the US is more time-consuming and expensive. Want to feel like a millionaire for a day? Dubai's roads offer the perfect stage. Public e-cigarette use. Dubai's approach to e-cigarettes is relatively relaxed. Vaping is permitted in most public spaces, including malls, beaches, and outdoor cafes. This leniency has made vaping a popular trend among locals and tourists alike. However, regulations ensure that minors cannot purchase e-cigarettes, and there are restrictions on advertising and branding to maintain public health standards. In the US, vaping laws are much stricter. Many states have banned e-cigarette use in public areas like restaurants, parks, and schools due to health concerns and the rising popularity of vaping among teenagers. These restrictions aim to curb potential long-term health impacts and reduce exposure to secondhand vapor. Does less regulation mean more health risks? Let's explore the cultural and medical implications. Building mega skyscrapers without delay. Dubai's skyline is a testament to its rapid development, with iconic structures like the Burj Khalifa rising at unprecedented speeds. This efficiency is attributed to streamlined construction regulations, an abundant labor force, and strong government support. Projects that would take decades elsewhere are completed in just a few years in Dubai. In contrast, building megastructures in the United States involves navigating extensive red tape, zoning laws, and labor union regulations. Environmental impact studies, community consultations, and litigation often add years to the timeline. While this ensures safety and environmental sustainability, it slows down progress compared to Dubai's fast-paced approach. How does Dubai manage to defy gravity and time? The secrets to its architectural success await. And there you have it. 15 unbelievable things that are legal in Dubai, but could get you into serious trouble in the US. From buying gold at ATMs to renting a supercar on a whim, Dubai truly is a city of contrasts. Which of these shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more jaw-dropping content like this. Hit the notification bell so you won't miss what's coming next. Trust me, it's even crazier than today's video. See you next time. Images of dazzling Dubai with towering skyscrapers, luxury shopping malls, but do you know a shocking truth? Behind the sparkling lights and limitless wealth, there's a dark side that no one wants you to see. Have you ever heard of Sonapur? A place where dreams are shattered, where migrant workers pay the ultimate price to build the magnificent Dubai? Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. In today's video, we're going to explore the dark side of Dubai, a city famous for its luxury, but also hiding some heartbreaking stories. Get ready, because you're about to witness a Dubai that no one wants you to see. Dubai is a city of modern wonders, an iconic place known for its glistening skyscrapers, luxury resorts, and magnificent architectural feats. It's the city of wealth, fame, and luxury. Everyone around the world knows Dubai as a dream destination, a place where billionaires come to spend their fortunes, and where tourists flock to experience extravagance. But what if I told you that Dubai is hiding something behind all the beauty and luxury? That's right. There's a dark side that very few people are aware of, and it's the real price that was paid to make this city a global landmark. Dubai's skyscrapers didn't just rise from the desert sands because of engineering marvels and technology. Behind every piece of glass, every polished marble floor, and every stunning skyline, there are human stories. Stories of hardship, broken dreams, and exploitation. Dubai is home to the richest people in the world. But at the same time, it's also home to the poorest workers in one of the most demanding labor systems. The city was built on the backs of millions of migrant workers, who, ironically, will never get to enjoy the luxury of the city they helped build. The question is, who really paid the price for Dubai's success? You think Dubai is a paradise for those seeking a better life? But in reality, a massive portion of the labor force here lives in some of the worst conditions imaginable. And these workers who do the most dangerous and grueling jobs are the very people who built everything you see, from the towering Burj Khalifa to the luxurious shopping malls. Let's take a step back and rewind to the 1960s. Back then, Dubai was just a small fishing village on the coast of the Persian Gulf. The city had no fame, no grandeur, and no wealth. There were no flashy hotels, no futuristic skyscrapers, and definitely no world-class airports. The streets were narrow and dusty, and the economy was based on fishing and pearl diving. Dubai was far from the glamorous metropolis we know today. But everything changed in 1966 when oil was discovered off the coast of Dubai. The discovery of black gold transformed the city almost overnight, turning it from a humble desert town into a booming economic powerhouse. As the oil money flooded into Dubai, the city began to experience rapid growth and development. By the 1970s, the city started to build what seemed like an impossible dream. Towering skyscrapers, extravagant hotels, and artificial islands that would come to define Dubai's skyline. But this unprecedented development didn't come without its cost. As Dubai's economy boomed, the demand for labor skyrocketed. And not just any labor. The city needed cheap, hard labor to fuel its construction frenzy. But here's the shocking part. This luxurious city was built on the backs of millions of migrant workers. These workers came to Dubai with hopes of earning a better life for themselves and their families. Instead, they found themselves trapped in a system of exploitation and oppression. To meet the growing demands of this rapidly developing city, companies began to recruit workers from poorer countries, especially from South Asia, countries like India, Pakistan, Nepal, and Bangladesh. These workers were promised high wages, comfortable living conditions, and the opportunity to send money back home to support their families. They were promised a better life in Dubai, a dream that millions of people from these countries were willing to risk everything for. But when they arrived in Dubai, the workers were faced with a harsh and unforgiving reality. Instead of the life they were promised, they found themselves trapped in a vicious cycle of debt, living in appalling conditions with little to no rights. The workers were housed in crowded labor camps on the outskirts of the city, in areas that most visitors to Dubai will never see. These labor camps, like the infamous Sonapur, are home to tens of thousands of men who come to work in the construction industry. These workers are the ones building the luxurious resorts, the world-class airports, and the iconic skyscrapers that make Dubai the world-famous city it is today. But in reality, they live in squalor. What's the truth about life in these labor camps? You might be surprised. It's far from the image of luxury that Dubai is known for. The rooms are packed with multiple people, and often the workers sleep on bunk beds in poorly ventilated, cramped quarters. These rooms are nothing like the glamorous hotels you see in tourist brochures. There is no privacy, no comfort, and no proper facilities. In fact, many workers don't even have access to basic necessities like clean water or proper sanitation. Imagine working in 100-degree heat, doing manual labor all day long, and then coming back to a room where 10 to 12 men are crammed into a small space, fighting for access to the single fan or the meager facilities available. And that's not even the worst part. Many workers are charged huge fees by recruitment agencies in their home countries to secure a job in Dubai, and by the time they arrive, they're already in massive debt. These recruitment fees, which can reach thousands of dollars, are deducted from their wages, often leaving them with almost nothing after a long month of work. For many, the cycle of debt means they never actually earn what they were promised. Instead, they are stuck, unable to escape the system. Can you imagine working for months, even years, just to pay off a debt that keeps growing with each passing day? And if things weren't bad enough, there's the safety issue. Construction work in Dubai is extremely dangerous. The workers are required to work in harsh weather conditions, sometimes during scorching summer temperatures, with no proper safety equipment. Many workers are injured on the job, and in some cases, fatalities are not uncommon. But what happens when these workers get hurt? In many instances, they are sent home with no compensation and left to deal with their injuries on their own. They can't sue their employers, and they don't have access to proper healthcare or insurance. In fact, many workers face the risk of being abandoned by their employers if they become injured or sick. What happens when these workers can't work anymore? They're left with nothing, and their dream of a better life is crushed. So how does all of this fit into the bigger picture? Dubai, with its stunning architecture and glitzy image, relies on a hidden labor force that is invisible to the millions of tourists who visit each year. The workers who built Dubai don't get to experience the luxury of the city. Instead, they live in poverty, separated from the world of luxury and wealth that the city has created. Dubai's immense wealth is, in part, built on the backbreaking labor of men who will never see the fruits of their work. It's a system that allows Dubai to maintain its image of extravagance while ignoring the suffering of the workers who made it all possible. In the next part of this documentary, we'll dive deeper into the hidden realities of these labor camps, exploring the psychological toll, the legal loopholes, and the discrimination that workers face. Stay tuned. You won't believe what we uncover next. This detailed expansion of the main content section should now provide a more comprehensive and impactful narrative that engages the audience, providing both emotional and informative insights into Dubai's labor issues. What do you think is the truth behind the glamour of Dubai? Well, many of these workers are subjected to harsh conditions that most of us could never imagine. They don't just work long hours. They are often forced to live in overcrowded camps with poor sanitation and almost no access to basic rights. When these migrant workers arrived in Dubai, they were often asked to surrender their passports to their employers, giving the employers complete control over their movement. Without a passport, they couldn't leave the country or even find another job. This is a practice widely known as kafala, or the sponsorship system, which ties a worker's legal status to their employer, effectively making them dependent and powerless. For many workers, this system traps them in a state of modern-day slavery. In addition, many employers keep workers in financial debt by charging them exorbitant recruitment fees, which can take months, even years, to pay off. Imagine being promised a better future, only to arrive in Dubai and realize that you are now working just to clear a debt that keeps growing. And in return for this debt-laden reality, these workers were expected to endure grueling hours of labor, often in extreme heat, temperatures soaring beyond 50 degrees Celsius, 122 degrees Fahrenheit, with little to no safety equipment. Despite working in one of the wealthiest cities in the world, their wages are barely enough to cover basic necessities. Can you imagine being stuck in a foreign country with no passport, no money, and no way to escape the cycle of debt? This is the reality for thousands of workers who live in Sonapur. Let's talk about Sonapur, the largest labor camp in Dubai, located on the outskirts of the city. The name Sonapur ironically translates to City of Gold in Hindi, but for the over 100,000 migrant workers who live there, it's far from golden. This makeshift town is hidden far from the glitz and glamour of downtown Dubai. Here, workers live in cramped and overcrowded quarters, with anywhere from 10 to 12 men sharing a single small room. These rooms lack proper ventilation, with only a single fan or window to combat the scorching desert heat. The shocking conditions. The infrastructure is primitive at best. There's no air conditioning in most rooms, no proper lighting, and in some cases, even basic necessities like hot water are absent. The bathrooms and kitchens are shared by dozens of workers, leading to unhygienic and unsanitary conditions. Imagine starting your day at 4 a.m., working until late in the evening under the blistering sun, and then coming home to such conditions. These workers are physically and mentally exhausted. Many suffer from dehydration, heat stroke, and chronic health issues due to the extreme conditions they endure daily. Sonapur isn't just a place, it's a symbol of exploitation. The workers here live in isolation, far removed from the gleaming skyscrapers and bustling city life that tourists see. They're effectively hidden from the public eye, out of sight and out of mind. For the workers, Sonapur feels like a prison, not just because of the overcrowded rooms, but because of the lack of freedom and dignity they experience. Many workers aren't even allowed to leave the camp without their employer's permission. This means they are confined to this world of harsh living and working conditions, unable to explore the very city they helped build. But wait, it gets worse. These workers aren't just enduring tough living conditions. They're trapped in a cycle of poverty, exploitation, and broken promises. If they fall ill, most cannot afford proper medical treatment. There's no healthcare safety net for them, and their employers rarely provide assistance. Injured workers are often sent back to their home countries without compensation or support. For those who spend years working in Dubai, many return to their families with nothing to show for their hard work, stuck in debt, and physically and emotionally drained. The mental health toll is just as severe as the physical strain. These workers are separated from their families for years, missing out on milestones and cherished moments with their loved ones. Imagine being in a foreign land, away from your children, your spouse, and your community, all while enduring exploitation and poor living conditions. For many, this isolation leads to depression and hopelessness, with little support or resources to cope. But here's the question: why is this still happening? Why does the world's richest city allow this system of abuse to continue? The truth: Dubai's reputation as a global luxury hub relies on its ability to attract tourists and investors. The gleaming malls, luxury hotels, and stunning architecture are what make Dubai famous, but they're also a distraction. Behind the glamour, there's a hidden workforce that remains invisible to the millions of visitors who come to experience the city's extravagance. The government and major construction companies have turned a blind eye to the exploitation happening in the labor camps, focusing instead on maintaining the city's pristine image and the global community. Many of us are complicit, choosing to enjoy Dubai's luxuries without questioning how they were made possible. In a city built on wealth, the workers who create that wealth are treated as disposable. Their voices are silenced, their suffering ignored, and their sacrifices forgotten. But it doesn't have to be this way. There are organizations and advocates fighting to bring attention to the plight of Dubai's workers. The question is, are we willing to listen? Will we continue to look the other way, or will we demand accountability and change? In the next part of this documentary, we'll uncover more about the hidden realities of Dubai's labor system, including the legal loopholes that keep this system in place, and the stories of resistance from workers who dared to speak out. Stay tuned for the shocking truths that Dubai doesn't want you to see. So is Dubai really the paradise we imagine? Or is it a city built on the backs of invisible workers who are never given the recognition they deserve? Is the cost of luxury worth the human price that's paid for it? Leave a comment below and share your thoughts on this issue. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to make sure you don't miss out on more shocking stories from Wander Chronicles79. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in our next adventure. What if there was a place where people not only experience happiness every day, but also have a lifestyle perfectly synced with nature? Welcome to Finland, the land of lakes, serenity, and a culture like no other. Discover why Finland is more than just a country. It's a unique way of life. Hello, explorers. Welcome to Wander Chronicles79. In today's documentary, we're taking a close look at Finland, a country often celebrated for its stunning natural beauty and remarkable quality of life. What makes this place one of the happiest on Earth? And what's the story behind Finland's enchanting lifestyle? Join us as we uncover the secrets of Finnish culture, nature, and philosophy in this travel documentary. Stick with us till the end and prepare to be amazed. Finland, the happiest place on Earth. Did you know Finland has been ranked the happiest country in the world 5 years in a row? What keeps Finns so content? To unravel the secrets of Finnish happiness, we start with their profound connection to nature. Finland's landscape is truly unique. It's known as the land of 1,000 lakes, though it actually boasts over 188,000 lakes. These pristine waters and endless forests are not just beautiful, they're a way of life for the Finnish people. Nature for them isn't just a retreat, it's a part of who they are. Take a look at Rovaniemi, a town near the Arctic Circle where people live surrounded by forests and lakes. Imagine having access to nature's tranquility every day, something that research links directly to well-being. Finland's landscapes provide an endless escape from the stress and hustle of modern life, offering everyone a chance to find inner peace and reconnect with nature. Now, while Finns may be surrounded by beauty, there's one thing even more integral to their happiness: the sauna. Let's dive into this cornerstone of Finnish life. Sauna culture, the heartbeat of Finnish life. What if we told you that almost every Finnish home has a sauna? To the uninitiated, the sauna might seem like a luxury or just a way to unwind. But in Finland, it's much, much more. With over 3 million saunas in a country of 5.5 million people, saunas are everywhere, from remote cabins in the wilderness to high-rise apartment buildings in Helsinki. The Finnish people see the sauna as a place for cleansing, not just of the body, but also of the mind and spirit. Storytelling, detail. Historically, the sauna was the place where Finnish women gave birth. It was believed that the heat would help ensure a safe and clean delivery. Today, while childbirth in saunas is rare, the belief in the sauna's restorative powers remains strong. To the Finnish people, a good sauna session can wash away any physical or emotional burden. As a Finnish saying goes, if the sauna, liquor, and tar don't help, then the disease is fatal. But here's a question. Would you be brave enough to jump into icy water after a sauna session? This practice, known as avanto, is a favorite among Finns. After warming up in the sauna, many people head straight into the freezing waters of a nearby lake or even cut a hole in the ice. The shock to the system is invigorating, leaving you with a rush of energy. Many Finns believe it strengthens the immune system and promotes circulation. Have you ever tried a sauna? Would you dare to take an icy dip afterward? Let us know in the comments. The sauna teaches us about Finland's close relationship with nature. But this connection extends beyond saunas and lakes. In Finland, everyone has the freedom to roam the land thanks to a unique law. Everyman's right, freedom in the outdoors. Imagine a country where everyone has the right to explore, forage, and even camp wherever they want. In Finland, this isn't just a fantasy, it's every man's right, a law that allows everyone to enjoy the outdoors freely. Whether it's berry picking in a forest, camping on a hillside, or fishing in a lake, people here can connect with nature without restrictions. This law reflects Finland's deep-rooted belief that nature should be accessible to all, regardless of ownership. Storytelling detail. In summer, families venture into forests to pick wild blueberries and lingonberries, which grow abundantly. The berries are a symbol of Finnish summers and provide a delicious way to enjoy the natural world. In the winter, the lakes freeze over and people go ice fishing, cutting holes in the ice to catch fish from the icy waters. It's no wonder Finns cherish their outdoor life. Nature is part of their DNA. This law is also part of the Finnish ethos of sisu, a word that doesn't translate directly to English, but is a mix of resilience, courage, and determination. Sisu is about facing challenges, whether it's enduring harsh winters or persevering through life's struggles. It's this mindset that gives Finns a unique strength and tranquility, especially in the face of nature's vastness. Finland's connection with nature shapes its society, but there's another unique aspect of life here: the education system. Let's take a look at how Finns approach learning differently. Finland's education system, nurturing minds, not just grades. What if children didn't have homework, and school was only a few hours a day? In Finland, children enjoy a stress-free education that focuses on fostering curiosity rather than cramming facts. Finnish students don't start formal schooling until age 7, and homework is minimal. Their classrooms focus on critical thinking, creativity, and hands-on learning, all with the goal of developing well-rounded individuals. Storytelling detail. Teachers in Finland are highly respected and well-paid, with a minimum requirement of a master's degree. This dedication to quality over quantity has made Finland's education system one of the most admired globally. In fact, Finland's approach to education is guided by a unique philosophy that values the well-being of the child over academic results. Students have shorter school days, longer breaks, and little pressure to perform in standardized tests. This model doesn't just make children happier, it also produces some of the best academic outcomes worldwide. Do you think your country could benefit from an education system like this? Tell us what you think in the comments below. Education isn't the only thing Finland does differently. The country's connection with nature continues in some of the world's most beautiful regions. Let's explore Lapland. Lapland and the Northern Lights, a journey into the magic. Have you ever dreamed of watching the Northern Lights dance across the sky? In Finland, that dream comes true. Lapland, Finland's northernmost region, offers one of the most magical experiences on Earth, the Aurora Borealis, or Northern Lights. This breathtaking phenomenon lights up the winter skies with colors ranging from green to pink, creating a surreal, almost mystical atmosphere. Imagine yourself bundled up in winter gear, standing in the snow as vibrant colors swirl across the sky. The Northern Lights are one of nature's greatest wonders, and Finland is one of the few places where you can witness this spectacle regularly. Storytelling detail. For the Sami people, the indigenous inhabitants of Lapland, the Northern Lights hold deep spiritual significance. They believe the lights are the souls of ancestors, dancing in the heavens. This connection to the cosmos adds a layer of magic to an already unforgettable experience. While Finland's landscapes are captivating, the real charm of this country lies in its people's outlook on life. Let's explore the Finnish philosophy that makes this country so unique. Finnish social and philosophical values, a life lived in the moment. Why are Finns so content with what they have, even when life isn't always easy? For many Finns, happiness isn't tied to material wealth, but to living in the moment and finding joy in simple pleasures. This philosophy, known as kalsarikennet or pantstrunk, celebrates the idea of relaxing at home in your most comfortable clothes without any pressure to be productive. It's an example of how Finns embrace contentment. In Finland, people often see life as finite, and with a lower rate of religious beliefs in an afterlife, there's a sense of urgency to live fully now. This perspective gives Finns a down-to-earth, peaceful approach to life. They value simplicity, privacy, and integrity, fostering a society where people feel secure and respected. Thank you for exploring Finland with us on Wander Chronicles79. From pristine lakes to a unique approach to life and happiness, Finland shows us what it means to live well. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Let us know if Finland is on your travel list. And stay tuned for our next adventure, where we'll dive into another unique culture and destination. This format should provide the ideal structure for each sentence on a new line. Let me know if there's anything more you'd like to adjust. Imagine a place in America where there's no government, no rent, and no rules. Sounds like freedom, right? But this isn't some tropical paradise. It's Slab City, a remote desert community where survival depends entirely on your grit. Here, freedom comes with a cost. No water, no electricity, and no safety net. Would you thrive in this off-the-grid utopia, or would it push you to your limits? Welcome back to our channel, where we take you to the world's most intriguing and jaw-dropping places. Today, we're uncovering the untamed world of Slab City, California, a community where laws don't apply, money isn't required, and life operates on the edge of chaos. Stick around, because this isn't just a story about survival. It's a glimpse into what happens when people abandon the system and create their own way of life. The origins of Slab City, a forgotten military past. Slab City's story starts in the early 1940s. At that time, World War II was raging, and the U.S. military needed places to train soldiers. The deserts of southeastern California seemed like the perfect spot. They were empty, harsh, and far away from cities. In 1942, the military built Camp Dunlap, a Marine Corps training base just outside the small town of Neand, California. The camp was made to prepare soldiers for desert warfare. It had barracks, repair shops, mess halls, and large water tanks. To support all of this, the military poured huge concrete slabs as foundations for buildings and other facilities. These slabs would later become the defining feature of the area. At its busiest, Camp Dunlap was full of life, with thousands of Marines training there. They learned how to survive in extreme heat and harsh desert conditions. But by 1945, the war was ending, and the camp was no longer needed. It was shut down, and most of the structures were torn down or removed. All that remained were the concrete slabs, left behind in the empty desert. For years, the site was abandoned and forgotten. The desert slowly reclaimed the area, and the slabs became a strange relic of the past. Occasionally, someone would stumble across them and wonder what they were for. No one could have predicted that this abandoned military site would one day become a home for people looking to escape society. So how did a forgotten military base turn into a lawless city? The first settlers escaping society. In the 1960s, the first people started moving to the slabs. They weren't tourists or developers. They were drifters, outcasts, and people who didn't fit into the mainstream world. For them, the slabs were more than just concrete. They represented freedom. Many of the first settlers were veterans, especially those who had served in World War II or the Korean War. These veterans often struggled to adjust to normal life after returning from war. They found comfort in the isolation of the desert, where they could be left alone. Others came to escape the growing rules and expectations of American society. The 1960s were a time of great change, with protests, counterculture movements, and people questioning authority. For some, the slabs were a way to break free from societal pressures and live on their own terms. Living at the slabs wasn't easy. The desert environment was harsh, with summer temperatures often reaching 120 degrees Fahrenheit, 49 degrees Celsius. There was no running water, no electricity, and no medical care. But for the settlers, these challenges were worth it. They built makeshift shelters out of scraps, like old wood, metal, and tarps. Some dug small wells or collected rainwater. Others repurposed old military equipment left behind from Camp Dunlap. Despite the challenges, the settlers started forming a small community. They shared resources and helped each other survive. One early resident, a Vietnam War veteran named Carl, explained why he stayed. "I didn't belong in the world out there, but here it's simple. No one tells you what to do, and you live your way." As time went on, more people arrived. Artists, musicians, and free spirits saw the slabs as a blank canvas. They painted murals, created sculptures, and turned the once bleak site into something unique. The slabs became a place of creativity and self-expression. But with no rules or government, life on the slabs also had its risks. As more people arrived, Slab City became both a haven and a place full of challenges. Life in Slab City today, a tale of two worlds. Fast forward to the present, and Slab City has evolved into a community of contrasts. On one hand, it's a place of artistic expression, self-reliance, and an almost spiritual embrace of freedom. On the other, it's a harsh, chaotic environment where the absence of rules creates conflict and danger. Let's break down the two sides of this coin. The freedom. For many, Slab City represents true liberation. There are no bills to pay, no landlords to chase you for rent, and no laws dictating what you can or cannot do. Art flourishes in the desert. Slab City is home to stunning creations like Salvation Mountain, a technicolor hill covered in murals and Bible verses, built by a man named Leonard Knight over decades. Nearby, the community of East Jesus is an open-air museum showcasing sculptures made entirely from trash and scrap. A culture of sharing. Despite the lack of formal systems, slabbers have created their own form of barter economy. Goods and services are traded, and events like communal meals and music nights bring people together. freedom to be yourself. Many residents live out their dreams here, free from the expectations of modern society. For some, it's a chance to pursue art. For others, a place to simply exist without judgment. But what about the flip side of this freedom? The harsh realities. Slab City's lack of rules comes with significant drawbacks. Basic survival is a challenge. With no utilities, residents rely on solar panels for electricity and must haul water from a town 40 minutes away. Summers are brutal, with temperatures reaching over 120 grade 40 Celsius. No healthcare or safety net. Injuries and illnesses are a constant concern. One resident shared, "Out here, if you get hurt, you're on your own." Crime and conflict. The absence of law enforcement means disputes are handled within the community. Theft and violence occur, and residents must navigate a delicate balance between trust and self-protection. Story highlight. One chilling incident involved a newcomer accused of stealing from a neighbor. The community gathered to confront him, and after heated discussions, he was exiled. His departure served as a stark reminder of the community's fragile social fabric. The people of Slab City, stories of hope and struggle. Who chooses to live in such an extreme environment? Slabbers come from all walks of life, and each has a story to tell. A former corporate executive who left her high-paying job to embrace minimalism. She now grows her own food and creates art from recycled materials. A veteran struggling with PTSD who found solace in the desert solitude. A single mother raising her child in Slab City, determined to teach resilience and independence. But not all stories are uplifting. For some, Slab City is a place of last resort, a refuge for those with nowhere else to go. Addiction, mental illness, and poverty are prevalent, and the lack of resources makes these challenges even harder to overcome. What drives these people to stay despite the hardships? The philosophy of Slab City: freedom versus security. At its core, Slab City represents a clash between two fundamental human desires. The need for freedom, the need for security. Slabbers value the ability to live on their own terms, even if it means giving up comforts and safety. But their way of life raises important questions. How much are you willing to sacrifice for freedom? Can a community thrive without rules, or does chaos inevitably take over? These questions lead us to the future of Slab City, a future that's anything but certain. The future of Slab City, will it survive? Slab City's land is owned by the state of California, and there have been discussions about reclaiming it for development. Some fear that Slab City's days are numbered, while others believe it will endure as long as people continue to seek freedom. For now, Slab City remains a living experiment, a testament to the human spirit's resilience and the complexities of life without rules. Slab City is a place of paradoxes. Freedom and hardship, creativity and chaos, hope and despair. It forces us to question what we truly value in life. Would you trade security for freedom? Or does Slab City's lifestyle seem too extreme to consider? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more stories like this one. You work hard every month, but when you check your bank account, there's barely anything left. It's not your fault. Some states are masters at draining your wallet with taxes, living costs, and surprise fees you never saw coming. One of them might even be where you live. Are you ready to discover the truth? Welcome to our channel. Here, we not only inspire you with amazing travel adventures, but also reveal the harsh financial realities that many people face. In today's video, we're counting down the 10 most expensive states in the US, where making a living feels like a never-ending financial struggle. Some of these states might seem like dream destinations, but behind the beauty lies a wallet-draining nightmare. And don't miss out on the number 1 state. It'll blow your mind. Number 10. Maryland, the silent wallet killer. Maryland may seem peaceful with its scenic harbors and posh neighborhoods near Washington, D.C., but it's actually a financial trap in disguise. Average rent, $2,000 a month for a 2-bedroom apartment. Have a car? Think again. Maryland has toll booths everywhere, charging $4 to $8 every time you cross a bridge. Income tax up to 5.75%, which eats away at your paycheck before you even see it. Sarah, an office worker in Maryland, shared, "I thought earning $90,000 a year would be enough. But after paying rent, car expenses, and random fees, I barely saved a thing." Think a 6-figure salary guarantees comfort? Maryland will make you think again. Number 9. Connecticut, country clubs and empty wallets. Connecticut, home to quaint towns and prestigious universities, is the perfect example of luxury on the surface, financial ruin underneath. Car insurance, around $1,500 per year, much higher than most states. Property taxes, with an average rate of 2.14%, homeowners fork out thousands every year. John and his wife bought a small house in Stamford, thinking they'd made a smart investment, until they discovered that property taxes alone cost them $14,000 a year. What if your car insurance and property taxes cost more than your mortgage? Welcome to Connecticut. Number 8. Oregon, the hidden cost of going green. Oregon captivates newcomers with its lush parks, vibrant forests, and eco-conscious lifestyle. But behind the scenic views and progressive vibes lies a financial trap that catches many off guard. Portland rent, a modest 1-bedroom apartment, runs around $2,200 per month. And that's if you're lucky. Utilities, monthly water, electricity, and trash collection costs can easily reach $300 to $400, especially during colder months. No sales tax? While you won't pay extra at checkout, the state income tax of 9.9% quickly takes its toll on paychecks. What surprises many residents is that living sustainably comes at a premium. Organic groceries, eco-friendly products, and farmers market staples can double the price of regular goods. Transportation isn't cheap either. With public transit options limited outside Portland, many rely on cars, facing gas prices over $5 per gallon and high vehicle registration fees. One couple who moved to Portland for the green lifestyle soon realized that living green came with a heavy price. Between organic food, eco-friendly products, and higher taxes, we were spending an extra $1,200 per month. What started as a dream turned into a financial struggle. They even considered moving to Washington State to save on taxes, only to realize that Portland's charm was tough to leave behind. Is Oregon really an eco-paradise? Sure, but prepare to pay dearly for every organic carrot and reusable coffee cup. Number 7. New Jersey, toll booths everywhere. New Jersey offers suburban charm and proximity to New York City, but living here means paying through the nose everywhere you turn. Property tax, with an average rate of 2.21%, New Jersey has the highest property taxes in the U.S. Homeowners regularly face annual bills exceeding $10,000. Commuting costs. If you work in Manhattan, expect to spend $20 plus daily on tolls and parking, not to mention monthly train or bus passes that cost hundreds. Utilities and housing. Rent in cities like Jersey City or Hoboken isn't much better than New York, averaging $3,000 a month. Living in New Jersey also comes with unexpected costs. Car insurance premiums are among the highest in the country, averaging $1,900 annually, and road tolls are everywhere. Each trip on the Garden State Parkway or George Washington Bridge feels like paying a fine just for living life. David, the young professional, thought he'd beat the system by moving across the river to New Jersey. But after paying for daily tolls, transit passes, and ever-increasing property taxes, he realized that the savings were just an illusion. By the time I added up my commuting costs, I was spending more than if I had stayed in Manhattan. I couldn't win. And the hidden irony? Even though New Jersey promises lower living costs, residents often feel just as squeezed as their New York neighbors. Think New Jersey is an easy escape from New York's financial grind? Nope, it's just a different flavor of expensive. Number 6, Washington, rainy days and empty pockets. Seattle isn't just famous for its gloomy weather and coffee shops. It's also notorious for sky-high living expenses that can leave residents feeling financially drained. Average rent, over $2,500 per month for a studio apartment, and that's before utilities. Utilities, expect to pay around $300 monthly for water, electricity, and heating. Environmental taxes. Seattle prides itself on being eco-friendly, but green taxes on water bills, garbage services, and energy add hundreds of dollars annually to household expenses. One surprising aspect? Parking spaces, especially in urban areas, can cost up to $400 per month, and gasoline prices are often among the highest in the country. A resident shared, "When the city introduced new environmental fees, our water bill shot up 30%. They said it was for conservation, but it felt more like a sneaky way to collect extra cash." And let's not forget about the tech bubble effect. With companies like Amazon and Microsoft headquartered in the area, wages are high, but so is the competition for housing. Even those with decent incomes often struggle to find affordable homes. Think you can survive Seattle with just an umbrella? Better have a thick wallet too. Number 5, New York, where dreams go broke. New York City promises the world, but the reality is a constant battle against the cost of living. Rent. A one-bedroom apartment costs around $3,500 per month, and that's a modest estimate. Transportation. The subway seems cheap, but monthly passes cost $132, and Uber rides can drain your budget fast. Groceries. A dozen eggs, around $8. Even fast food isn't cheap, $15 to $20 for a simple burger and fries. Jessica, a marketing professional making $120,000 a year, thought she was financially secure. But to her surprise, sharing an apartment with 3 roommates became the only way she could survive in Manhattan. Rent, utilities, food, it adds up so fast. Every paycheck feels like it disappears instantly. Even for those who escape to the suburbs, the commute into the city adds time, stress, and expenses with bridge tolls and train fares. Ready for your own New York dream? Be prepared to pay big time. Number 4, Massachusetts, Ivy League, empty wallet. Boston, with its blend of history, academia, and culture, is a beautiful place to live, if you can afford it. Rent, you'll need around $3,000 a month for a small apartment in central Boston. Education costs. Living in a state filled with Ivy League schools means sky-high education fees, even for public schools. Winter expenses. The freezing winters aren't just inconvenient, heating bills can hit $500 per month. If you own a home, expect to pay hundreds of dollars for snow removal services. A couple bought a cozy home thinking they'd enjoy New England charm. But between heating, snow management, and property taxes, their winter expenses alone reach $10,000. Boston might offer incredible cultural experiences, but with these prices, even a casual night out at Fenway Park or a seafood dinner can blow through your budget. Ever had to pay someone to shovel snow? In Massachusetts, it's just another line in your budget. Alaska, freezing prices, frozen wallets. Alaska offers breathtaking scenery and outdoor adventure, but it comes with an icy financial reality. Heating costs. Prepare to spend up to $1,000 per month just to stay warm during the harsh winters. Groceries. Milk can cost $10 per gallon, and fresh produce, when available, is often twice as expensive as the national average. Limited job opportunities. The state's remote location means fewer industries, with many residents relying on seasonal work. One resident described how they fell in love with Alaska's wilderness, but were shocked by the expenses. Everything is imported, so a simple grocery run feels like luxury shopping. On top of that, heating bills during winter months are crippling. While Alaska pays out annual dividends to residents through the permanent fund, even that is often not enough to offset the high costs. In Alaska, nature is free, but surviving the winters will cost you plenty. Number 2, California, the price of paradise. California may offer sunny beaches and thriving cities, but paradise comes with a price. Housing costs. A median home in San Francisco sells for over $1.4 million. In Los Angeles, rent can reach $3,000 a month for a modest apartment. Taxes. With an income tax rate of 13.33%, the highest in the US, every paycheck takes a hit. Transportation. Gas prices often exceed $5 per gallon, and car insurance can cost upwards of $2,000 per year. A tech worker shared, "I earn $150,000 a year, and I still feel like I'm living paycheck to paycheck. Between rent, gas, and groceries, it's impossible to get ahead." Even the California lifestyle, with its trendy organic markets and endless entertainment, demands a high budget. What's ironic is that even high earners struggle to achieve financial stability. In California, you don't just learn how to save, you learn how to live without saving. Number 1, Hawaii, paradise with a price tag. Hawaii may look like a dream destination, but living there is a financial challenge like no other. Food prices. A loaf of bread costs $7, and a gallon of milk can run you $10 or more, thanks to shipping costs for nearly everything. Housing. Rent for a 2-bedroom apartment in Honolulu is about $3,200 per month. Utilities. Air conditioning is a necessity year-round, adding hundreds of dollars to your monthly bills. The young family that moved to Oahu described how paradise quickly turned into a financial burden. "We thought we were prepared, but with food, rent, and utilities, our savings vanished in just a few months." Even small luxuries like dining out or exploring the islands become major financial decisions. While the beauty of Hawaii is undeniable, it's a paradise reserved for those who can afford it. Hawaii may steal your heart, but it'll also empty your wallet. If you live in one of these states, you're a true survivor. And if you're thinking of moving to one of them, think carefully. Have you ever experienced anything like this? Share your story in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more eye-opening content.